Ladies and gentlemen, football is back. Football is back. We have been waiting a long time. So football will be back and we can enjoy some time for football. So, ladies and gentlemen, now it's time to hand over the remote. The ladies in the house, please hand over the remote. But I can't start this program or this segment without saying, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting episode of Beyond the Scoreboard. I used to watch it. I have missed you guys so much, and this when EPL is coming, you have this chills and you have this kind of vim. Charlie, we have been waiting for EPL for a very long time, and now EPL is back. But this weekend, we are going to have a review of some of the top matches that we had during the weekend, and excuse me, and so the first match we are going to talk about is the Liverpool versus Bournemouth match. Liverpool Bournemouth. Semenyo, the Ghana star boy. This guy has been consistent. Let me tell you, I understand that a lot of people give shout outs to Kudus and Kudus is doing amazing. But this guy called Semenyo has been consistent and nobody can deny that fact. Semenyo is a proper bowler. The guy's energy, his strength, and his speed. You see, I keep saying this thing, and I know that Liverpool fans are not ready for this conversation. Yeah? I know that Liverpool fans are not ready for this conversation. But sometimes, listen, Van Dijk has to take responsibilities for some of the goals which is being scored. Charlie, the Bluetooth marking is too much. Yeah? The Bluetooth marking is becoming unbecoming, and the Bluetooth marking is too much. Eh? Let's be real and let's be frank. The Bluetooth marking is too much. Listen, if excuse me, sorry, we have the center backs. Eh? Van Dijk is always the last man, and we know that Van Dijk is always the last man, and Konate is supposed to do the dirty job. Yes. But when they lost the ball against Bournemouth, this is Bournemouth's half. After losing the ball, now Semenyo was running from this end. He was running from this end. And Konate was taking the lead. So which means that Van Dijk should go in for the man. But Van Dijk was from this side and was also following Konate. Meanwhile, you can see Semenyo was trying to distract them, waiting for his players to come because he was the only person moving and the players were behind him. But they were all moving in the same direction instead of Van Dijk. So when will Van Dijk, when will Van Dijk come man to man? If you come to Semenyo, you can even foul him because he's outside the box and you are not the last man. So if you come to Semenyo and even he dribbles you, you know that you have a last man at the back. This is the reason why we always say that Van Dijk is the best, because anytime he will push all the players to the people making the progression. Then after they fight it and the players has tired legs, then Van Dijk comes in. But that Bluetooth marking where you'll be looking at the player and will not make any move is too much. Van Dijk is a great player, but that move he allowed. I felt like he was supposed to go, so Konate would just cover up for him. That would have been simple. And with Liverpool's midfield, they were missing the likes of Gravenberch. Listen, they need that guy. The new guy, it will take a while. When we say EPL is competitive, we are not trying to discredit other leagues. All we are saying is the competition is throughout the 38 games. Szoboszlai was playing in the midfield. McAllister was not seeing the game top. that game plan they went with, that midfield, which was compressed with a whole bunch of quality. I don't know if Vets was the one playing the defensive midfield. He carries the ball and gives the ball away. If Liverpool hasn't won that game, we would have seen a lot of flaws from him. But because they won the game, that was able to cover up for him. And we are not going to be biased about these things, but let's analyze it well. It will take a while for those players to get their feet on. See Frimpong, you could see how the energy and the strength of the player was being overpowered. It got to a point, see that he was on the floor, or he was being overpowered, and you would need a lot. See, we used to blame Arnold. You can't get it all as a right back. Even the likes of Wan-Bissaka will do all he has to do, but at the end of the day, he still has a flaw. So you can't get it all. Gyökeres was trying, but he was also giving balls away. He was giving balls away. But shout out to Liverpool. They played an amazing game. The game was intensive, and God, I really enjoyed the game because the game was intensive from start to finish. So at the end of the day, it was 2-2. The game was going quite well when Chiesa came inside to equalize, and the whole momentum of the game changed. You see, this is where we draw the line between Salah and Hazard. They have nothing in common. Salah is far better than Hazard, and EPL stats and everything shows it. Salah has been best. He has proven it. Every beginning of a game, I think in 10 consecutive seasons, he has scored in an open game. Mo Salah, after the game, when everybody left, he was just on the field and he was filled with emotions. Shout out to Mo Salah. So Liverpool won again. Aston Villa has had a red card and they were able to still draw against Newcastle. Newcastle are still struggling. They are not getting on their feet because some of the players they wanted, they couldn't get it, and we understand. We understand. They were trying to fight with the big boys. You can't fight with the likes of United. United was 15th, but you can't fight with the likes of United and Liverpool and the rest just to win. You won't win. The likes of Ekitike. That guy needs he needs to hit the gym because we are not joking at the back. The defenders in EPL are not joking. Even though he scored a goal, it wasn't that easy for him, but he will need time to also adjust. Brighton Fulham, it was a 1-1 draw game. Sunderland pulled a surprise. I was actually surprised when I realized that Sunderland was able to score West Ham 3 goals. And with West Ham, you sell your best players and you are not able to buy other players to fix them in. And you leave the coach exposed with the bare minimum. The likes of Bowen are doing well, but they need more reinforcement. If Sunderland is giving you a tough time, imagine what the likes of Liverpool and the rest will do to you. So I think they need to do better. And if you are buying players, they should buy players before the window closes. But Sunderland, shout out to Sunderland. Sunderland did a good job. They played well. They played with heart. I hope they don't go back. Because they had the quality to. And as usual, Tottenham had a great run where they scored barely 3 goals to nil. Kudus gave an assist in the match, and they had a beautiful match. Man City. You see, you don't write them off. These people are still in it, and you can't write City off. With the likes of Bob is back. With the likes of Haaland and their midfield, check. Charlie, City is back. City wants to go and buy Donnarumma, and they recently bought Trafford. So I don't know what their plan is. And let's go to another big game, which was between Chelsea and the current Community Shield winners, and also FA Cup winners. Listen, Crystal Palace is going to be a force to be reckoned with because the game that they are playing. And I'm not saying Chelsea is not playing a beautiful game, but all I'm saying is too much quality in the team causes a lot of problems. Chelsea has a lot of squad depth. And there is too much quality in the team. So sometimes you have to fight for your position. Is a good thing. You have to fight to maintain your position. It's a good thing. Esteval, the kid is good. The kid is young and he's good. He's fast. He's fast. So Chelsea too had a run, and I think there's a new rule in the EPL where the opponent, when there's a free kick, the opponent is not supposed to stand a meter. It's supposed to stand a meter away from the team defending the free kick. I didn't know of that, so I had to go and read about it, and I realized that it was a new rule. And I feel like Newcastle, Crystal Palace fell as a victim because they had to be the people to be started with. And in the United match, you realize that the referee was telling the Arsenal players that if you go close to him, when the United players, that if you go close to the Arsenal wall, it means that they will not retake and the goal will be cancelled. Yes. Nottingham Forest. Brentford, they sold their best player in Buemo, so they also need reinforcement. But Wisa, I think Wisa is also gone. Wisa is went on. Is on injury. Yeah, he's on injury. So, and the biggest match of all was Man United versus Arsenal. This is the match I want to talk about. Listen, the United game against Arsenal. This is what my analysis were, and this is what we derived from it. We all watched the match, but what I'm saying is, if Arsenal is going to be contenders of the league, I don't think what they have is enough. If Arsenal is to contend for the league, I don't think what they have is enough. You can't score a goal and now sit back and relax just for the opponent to equalize. Arsenal won the game, but United had all the applause. But it doesn't matter. Every game, they are usually go the FFL, Alaji Blue Sadek, go the FFL. You see Arsenal's defense, where we have Saliba, we have Gabriel Saliba, Calafiori, we are having their right back to be Ben White. And you realize that time and time again, they are doing that same dark magic. You see Gabriel trying to push the keeper into the post and held the keeper's hand, where we have a photo of Gabriel holding the keeper's hand. If you watch from the back view, you realize that Gabriel was pushing Mason Mount, and Mason Mount's shirt was exposed. But this is EPL for you. Time after time, it keeps happening, and there is nothing which is being done about it. I'm a United fan. I was impressed, but Amorim needs to show us progression in what he plays. Amorim needs to let us know that he wants to kill the game in the first half. You had the likes of Ahmad, who could have played here better more than Dalot, and you made Dalot is a right back, could play a right back, but now we are playing wing backs. And now, Dalot, you have the chance to cross the ball anytime you reach the half of your opponent. But your crosses are not effective. And I don't know, Amorim, you've watched Dalot time and time again, but you are not letting him be at the bench. Dalot is supposed to be at the bench, and if anything, he's supposed to be the sub for Ahmad. Ahmad came in for like 30 minutes, and the guy was fantastic. Oh my God. Madueke could testify to that. The guy was fantastic. He got them busy. It's just that we couldn't score a goal. You had a monster on the bench. You had Sesko on the bench, and Sesko was sitting at the bench doing what? What are you trying? You are having a match against Arsenal, and your best striker, your striker is sitting on the bench, and you are using players who are. How can you use Mason Mount to play strike? Bro, this was the same thing you wanted to do against Tottenham, and it didn't work for us in the final. And now you are doing the same thing. Mason Mount was the one to support them, be at the striking position. Imbuemo at his left side, and Cunha at his left side, and Imbuemo at the right side. And Bruno goes deep to carry the ball. I don't know why Bruno goes deep to carry the ball. Even though he is a carrier, Bruno going deep is a problem for us. And Casemiro, with the exception of the fact that his energy is low and he cannot be the Casemiro he used to be. Casemiro played fantastic. See the passes he was distributing, especially to Imbuemo. Imbuemo was having a lot of feeding from Casemiro, and I must applaud Casemiro. Casemiro is supposed to be a DM, a defensive midfielder, but I see Bruno at Casemiro's back, which I wasn't liking. Our fast breaks were good. United's fast break was good. But with Arsenal, with every transition they made, the ball is being won by United again. And that one was Salah was missing, Saka was missing in the game. And I don't know, to be frank, Saka was missing in the game. But United right now, you have the likes of Kobe Mainoo at a bench, and you were taking out Casemiro and you decided to bring Ugarte. Ugarte cannot even cross the ball. Ugarte. Ladies and gentlemen, Ugarte can't even cross the ball. Ugarte cannot cross the ball. You had the ball in the opponent's half, and you were still looking for Bruno, who was being marked by the Arsenal players. Why can't you play your thing? Why just can't you play the Ugarte? You had the ball from this position. Just cross the ball because players were in the 18-yard box just waiting for the ball, and you were not crossing the ball. What is that? Ugarte crossed the ball. Ahmad was tight here, and you could see the likes of Timber and the rest on him. They didn't want to give him breathing space because they wanted to what? They knew how dangerous he was. So Ugarte is supposed to cross the ball, but he was giving it to them back to back. Dogu is a fantastic player. He played brilliantly, but he's lacking the crosses. He should be able to cross the ball more. Amorim spoke about it, that if you have the likes of Sesko in the 18-yard box, all you need is to cross the ball because he has the height, he has the pay, he will do something. So I think United is a force to be reckoned with. Trust me, because they played a possessive game. I have not watched United play a possessive game in a very long time. This is the first time. This is in a very long time. This is my first time I've watched United play the game. We lost, but I was still happy. These moments were happening in the times of Ole, where you lose a game and you realize that you have played with heart. The players were willing to put everything on the line, the likes of Cunha. And that penalty, Arsenal fans will be saying, and they are crying. Because the grader didn't pass in front of your house, or the grader didn't touch your house, you said the road is clear. The day the grader will touch your house, you will say a quina chair. But ladies and gentlemen, so this were some of the matches that we had in the EPL game week 1, and our FPL we had some lucky winners. We told you we will be giving out gifts when somebody emerges as the winner. And our FPL we had a run. So if you want to join the FPL, we do it on weekly basis. So you can also join the FPL. This is BTSB FC, Beyond the Scoreboard FC. We have about 16 members, and I was second though. The winner had a total of 85 points, which was Spirit of Ecstasy, Bless. So Bless is our winner for our fantasy, and he's going to receive his souvenirs and some amazing gifts from us. And remember, we are being supported by DSTV Go TV in our sports analysis. This is your favorite pundit, DJ No, and I bring you sports on Beyond the Scoreboard. So we talk about sports on and off the field. Rest in peace, Diego Jota. And we love you, we miss you. This is beyond football. Football is more than what we play on the field. So next time we'll speak about the fantasy league and the rest. But this is what we thought about game week. Friday we bring you analysis on our next game. We'll bring you an analysis on our next game. Leeds and Everton will be playing today at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. Friday we'll bring you our next analysis. I am the General, and we are done for the day. See you next time. Make sure you subscribe. Click on the bell icon so that always you get our notification. This is Beyond the Scoreboard, and we love you.